Roswell Police. What's the address of the incident?
Yes, I'm just calling back to follow up. I knew the name of an officer that reported last night, and I didn't see his name on his badge, and I just wanted to put it on my notes.
Okay.
And I wanted to just get...
What's the address?
The address was 360 Todwick Drive. And also, when I called it in, it was so loud in my house because the fireworks were so loud outside. I had 3 TV sets on as loud as they could be for the relief and the stress of my dog. The original officer was an Officer Brake, B-R-A-I-K, and then he came back out with the second officer, who I just didn't see his name badge. He didn't stay long. He didn't ask very good questions, and I wasn't really pleased with what he told me.
Okay, no problem. Will you confirm the address for me?
Yeah, 360 Todwick Drive, T-O-D-W-I-C-K. It's in the Kivington Park subdivision.
Okay. Give me one moment. I'll call up.
Yeah, no problem. Can I ask you for some quick information or guidance as what I should do as far as protocol? When the sun came up today, I had multiple vehicles on my property, 2 on the curb line and a truck, a 2018 F-150 4x4, and it's got extensive firework debris. The embers, the ashes are in the area where the windshields are. What should I do? I've taken a few pictures with my cell phone. Do I need to have an officer come back out and take a look at it and add it to this file? Or do I leave well enough alone at this point?
You can make a report with an officer. I can send an officer to you.
I just don't want to be bothersome. I'm so embarrassed that my neighbors are treating my wife and I like this in our property and their lack of respect. But it was so dark last night, and of course the dispatcher told me to stay in my house, lock the doors. I wasn't in any imminent danger. No weapons on the scene. The whole drill of questions. And then the officer showed up, and he only stayed for like 2 minutes. And I know he's got his body cam rolling when I talked to him, and he never went and talk to the individuals. And I'll repeat that, because are we being recorded?
Yes, ma'am. Or yes, sir. Sorry.
Yeah, we are. Okay, and I'll repeat that. He never took the time to take Officer Brake into the cul-de-sac and even see where vehicles were or even see where they were shooting these fireworks from. He actually the 2 officers cut across the bed of my yard and walked down the sidewalk, down to their patrol cars, which were parked 1 house down the street. And like I said, I'll repeat myself, I wasn't pleased with the questioning or his professionalism.
Oh, okay. I understand.
That's why I'm calling back to get his name.
No, you're fine.
Not Officer, let me make that clear. Definitely not Officer Brake. Officer Brake was out probably at 6 p.m., I don't know the exact time, when he was called by another gentleman to come out and talk to me, and they gave their side of the story to Officer Brake. He did a very good job of taking down the information, handling the scene, making sure there wasn't a fight ensuing between myself and some other individuals who were trying to entice me to fight him in a cul-de-sac. And he told me to go back in my house, and he handled it well. There was intoxication. There was adults that were drinking and driving a motor vehicle, and he has that on his body cam, Officer Brake does. But I don't think he made Mr. Ben Reep, I'll say the name again, Reep, R-E-E-P. He did not do a breathalyzer on Mr. Reep, and that was disappointing to me.
Okay. The other officer that was out there is Officer Smith.
Officer Smith, yeah. Is he a supervisor? Because he was leading the when he rang the doorbell. He was leading all the questioning.
No, sir.
Officer Brake, he's not a supervisor.
No, sir.
Okay. By chance, is Sergeant DeRozier in the building today? Is he available?
No, he is not.
He's not, okay, because I talked to him on Monday of this week. This has happened in years past. It's a habit of a few men in my subdivision to do this every year and cause stress and cause damage to my property, debris left over the next day, and I have to deal with this mess year after year after year. And that's why I'm basically saying I need your guidance, how I should handle this.
I can't give you any legal advice. I can send an officer out to you to meet with you.
I'm not at the property right now. I'd have to call back.
Okay. If you want to call back when you're at the property, I can definitely have an officer meet with you to take down a report for the damage.
Yeah, there is damage. And why don't we just do that? Because I'm not sure. I came to my office suite. I rent an office suite on Crabapple Road. It'll take me 5 minutes to get back home. I don't want to hold up an officer though. But let's dispatch an officer, and then I'll have him just quickly look at the truck, the newest car I own, the one that has the largest embers and ashes on them, and then he can leave. I only need him for 5 minutes.
Okay. When are you going to go back to the property?
I'll be there in 5 minutes.
Okay, let me just get some more information from you, and then...
Yeah, go ahead.
What is the phone number that you're calling from?
I'm calling from a cell phone. It's area code 678-232-9373.
Okay, and just repeat that phone number for verification.
Sure, area code 678-232-9373.
And what is your name?
First name is Ken, K-E-N. Last name is Legates. It's L-E-G-A-T-E-S.
Okay. Just gonna get some more information from you.
Basically, I have multiple vehicles. I didn't know the fireworks were going to take place. Last night, there was no mention of that, no formal note sent or email in our neighborhood by our homeowners association board. I was out to dinner with my wife. My son called. His truck, this F-150 18 model, was sitting in the driveway, the middle part of my driveway. I actually took my Lexus and backed it as close to my garage as I could to have it protected by my house. My wife's car's in the garage, so of course it's protected. I have a 2001 Yukon that was sitting in the street, and it's got a ton of ash debris on it across the whole roof, and the whole hood is covered with ash debris.
Okay, I understand, Ken. Give me one moment while I put this information on.
Yeah, thank you, miss, for your patience. I do appreciate
no problem.
it.
Okay, so I just want to confirm there's embers and ashes that landed on the vehicle and they are damaged. Is that correct?
Well, sure. I mean, I'd have to get it cleaned. I'd have to get it cleaned, but it's visible to the naked eye. It needs to be washed. I'm not saying there's damage to the finish, but it would need to be washed or possibly waxed. I guess my question is, even my friends who knew this was going to happen have said, well, they didn't care about your property. They have no regard for my property, and that includes my trees in my yard, potential fire to my home, and like I said, one truck is very new. It's a 2018 F-150 4x4. I'm really concerned about that finish and the embers on that up on the hood. The 2001 Yukon is a very old car. I'm not worried about that as much.
Okay, no problem. When did this happen?
Oh, it happened last night. They did it. They started the fireworks at 9:45 p.m. and they stopped at 10:45. They literally did it one hour of constant fireworks, a constant barrage being shot, not only from our cul-de-sac in the asphalt in the right-of-way, and then they moved back and forth. They had multiple men and teenagers lighting off fireworks.
Okay, no problem. Is the suspect in the area?
No, they live in the neighborhood. One lives right next door to me. One lives across the street, and one lives down the street. And ironically, miss, I detailed those in my vacation request form that Sergeant DeRozier told me to send in, and that was from 3 days ago. Okay. I talked to Sergeant DeRozier.
No problem. I'm just going to get some more information from you for the officers. Were weapons involved or mentioned?
No, ma'am.
How many people are involved?
You might as well say 3, not including myself.
Okay.
And I have, like I said, I have those 3 gentlemen's names are all listed in my vacation request.
Okay, where's the suspect now?
I will assume that they're each at their houses.
Okay.
And that first one, his name is Ben Reap. He's the one that was definitely lighting off fireworks. I could see, my wife could see, he was wearing a white visor, T-shirt, and, Docker shorts. The other gentleman lives right next door to me, Geoff Smith. His first name is spelled Geoff. He lives exactly in the house next to me.
What was that person's name? I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, first name is Geoff, Geoff. Last name is Smith. He's our homeowner association president as well.
Okay.
So he orchestrates this, and he organizes where they shoot them, how they shoot them, who purchases them, all that stuff.
Okay. And what was the race of Ben Reap?
They're both of those individuals are Caucasian.
Okay. And how old are they?
That's a good question. I think they're both 42, early 40s. Both of them are 42 to 45. I'm not even exactly sure.
That's okay.
I don't regularly associate with the men, and there was actually Officer Brake, when he came by roughly about 6 o'clock and spent a good 45 minutes and talked primarily with Ben Reap, that there was alcohol involved, and he noted that they were drinking. They were all drinking.
No problem.
Ben Reap actually got in a vehicle and drove by Officer Brake and myself while we were talking at Officer Brake's squad car. And Officer Brake had to lean down and tell Mr. Reap multiple times and pointed his finger to keep rolling. And that was his exact quote.
Okay, Ken. What was Ben wearing?
Like I said, he was wearing a T-shirt, a white visor, and then Docker shorts and tennis shoes.
Okay. And Geoff, what was he wearing?
Oh, definitely, I could tell. He had like a kind of a matching same color blue shorts, gym shorts, like a denim color, and the same color of T-shirt and tennis shoes.
Okay. And you said that there was 3 people. Is there another person?
Yeah, the other person, John McCraney, in the initial, I know this may sound confusing, in the initial events when Officer Brake was called, John McCraney took the liberty to come out in the middle of the cul-de-sac and try to entice me to come out and get in a fight with the 3 individuals, and I had just come home from work and backed my Lexus in my driveway. That's how this started. And they wanted to fight with me, and I said no. And I went to my house and got my wife and my son. But McCraney last night was up the property, up the cul-de-sac a little bit. And he stayed away from the main group. I don't even believe he ever lit off any fireworks.
Okay, what is his race?
And I just want to repeat that. He's white. And
how
he
old
actually
is he?
sat I tell you, because I had to file a police report 3 years ago, and he is exactly 42 years old now.
And what is he wearing?
He was wearing a lighter colored T-shirt, Docker shorts, and flip-flops, because him and his wife sat on one of those big Georgia Power utility boxes directly across from my driveway.
Okay. Is anyone in danger right now?
No, I've got to take that. My wife's calling in because I want to make sure my son hasn't taken the car to go to a gym or work out, and he goes and runs in the morning. I'm going to make sure the F-150 is there.
Okay,
Can you just hold for 1 second?
Okay, sir, I'm just going to give you some further instructions. Do not disturb anything at the scene.
Good. No, I haven't. No
Okay,
problem.
an officer will be dispatched as soon as possible. We do have a high call volume right now.
Oh, I figured that with July 4th holiday.
Call us back immediately if anything changes or you have any further information, okay, Ken?
No, thank you again for your patience and your understanding. I'm almost embarrassed that I have to call back in on these grown men that are doing this.
Of course. Just call us back
thank
if you have any further information or anything changes, okay?
Yeah, thank you for your guidance. I appreciate it.
No problem. Take care.
All right, take care.